This video is about advanced healing. This is for wanderers and people who are self-aware, who are doing the inner work that is necessary to bring in your true self, to remember your cosmic beingness. And today we're going to be talking about removing negative entities and thought forms. So stay tuned. Greetings, dear souls. This is Christina, the Black Swan Sybil, greeting you in the love and the light of the One Infinite Creator. This video is for wanderers and starseeds, people who are self-aware, who are aware of their higher dimensional nature, living in this matrix, who are doing the inner work that is required in order to bring your true self into this existence. Today we are talking about advanced healing in the form of recognizing and removing negative entities and thought forms. So it's important to understand, which you probably already do, that not all of your thoughts belong to you. As empaths, as very sensitive souls, we are able to perceive thoughts and beings all around us at all times, other people's feelings, other people's thoughts. But there's an important thing that we need to remember, and that is not all of our thoughts belong to us. And sometimes we are picking up on external consciousness. Everyone is subject to thought forms and entities, both positive and negative. You can feel other people's feelings, but you can also perceive consciousness. We are creators in a very fertile matrix that supports the creation of everything, including thoughts and beliefs. And they're unconscious, positive and negative, and they can take on a life of their own. Some of the thoughts around us are programmed into us. Some of them are from higher dimensional beings that are negative, that are influencing our experience with the assistance of our own free will, by feeding us thoughts and energies that we then agree with and take action on. So how does this work? Well, as you know, we are surrounded by an energy field. Our aura surrounds us and extends out from us, picking up other people's auras, picking up other energies, because everything has an energy body or an aura. So through this aura, we pick up and perceive thoughts, thought forms, and other negative entities. Now, normally, in a healthy world, this aura provides psychic protection. But many of our lifestyle choices can put holes in our aura, can damage our energy field, our natural psychic protection, so that our defenses are down, limiting the protection and allowing thought forms and entities that don't belong to us to enter and influence our thinking and our feelings. Meditation and self-knowledge can help to distinguish between external feelings and our own feelings. There can be varying degrees of entities or thought forms that are stuck or even embedded in our aura or our astral, our emotional, or our mental bodies, which can attract experiences to us that feed them with our feelings. Those entities or thought forms that are embedded in our aura usually come from childhood trauma or also from past lives. So in order to heal and thus remove these entities or external consciousness that we no longer agree with, we must become adept at self-knowledge and dedicated to meditation. So I've heard stories of people who were driven mad when they began practicing meditation. But if you know that there are external consciousness that are influencing you, you can begin to recognize their energy in order to disagree with them, and then recognize them when they're intruding from someone else's aura. There are people who can help to remotely remove these entities, but it depends on you being able to recognize and disagree with them so that they don't come back. When you don't feed them, they will go elsewhere. So I can probably create different examples of how you might recognize that there are negative entities, but what it really is important to realize is that when you become mental, like most of us are into our feelings and we feel things, and we depend on our feelings to navigate our reality, especially if you're an intuitive empath and you've had a lot of trauma in your life. But it's important to become mental, to use your mind to disagree with the things that you no longer want to participate in. For example, perhaps you're having an interaction with a friend or a partner, and suddenly you start feeling angry, and you start looking for ways to justify your anger. And you may have good reasons to be angry, but they may not be relevant in that moment. But you may feel like choosing to go into that feeling because you have unintegrated feelings that actually need to be felt, but they're not applicable to that moment. So that's when you can become mental and you become thoughtful and into your mind and realize that I can use my mind to not feel this way, to not go into these feelings, because what's happening in that moment is something else is influencing you and trying to sabotage whatever moment you're trying to create. So this is a very complicated subject. It's very advanced as far as self-healing goes, but I feel like putting this video out there is important so that people can resonate with it with their own intuition and realize that, hey, sometimes these thoughts that I'm having are not mine. So then you ask yourself, whose thoughts are they? Who do they sound like? Where are they coming from? And when you start to realize that these thoughts don't belong to you, they either belong to someone around you or they're coming from an entity. There are higher fifth dimensional reptilians that like to interfere in our lives depending on our circumstances and who we're with, but they're not yours is the point. You don't have to agree with them. And in order for you to change your experience, in order to create the reality that you want to have, then you have to recognize that there are external influences, there are consciousnesses all around us, and they're influencing us and coming through our aura. And I hate to say it, but I think that, it's important to address that lifestyle choices, including our diet, our addictions, these things have a strong influence on our aura and our psychic protection. And if you're using any external substances in order to, gain more insight, or, you feel like your addictions are actually helping you, they're not. Every addiction is unhealthy as far as becoming the true advanced soul that you are. So I hope this video has helped you. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Thank you for everyone who has recently subscribed. I will see you on the next video.